Welcome to a very new and a very special episode of Everybody's Got a Price.
Yeah. What is that?
That's Ted DiBiase doing the Everybody's Got a Price live. I am your host, Jeff Dye, and this is my lovely co-host, Joshua Nelson.
What's up, everybody?
How was your week, my dude?
My week was good. I was with you.
Yeah, we had a good time.
We had a good time.
Tromping around Texas.
Texas, San Antonio.
These boots were made for walking.
San Antonio and Dallas.
That's just what they'll do.
Oh, God. You didn't have boots on.
I had boots the whole time.
Oh, you did have boots.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't have boots.
I don't have boots. I want to get boots. I got to get boots, but I'm not going to buy them in Texas.
Here's the thing about these boots. You know, I'm a tall guy. You're a tall guy. But if to all of our young, or not young, but to all of our short listeners out there, fellas, there's no surgery. Women can get boobs and butts. Men can't get surgery to get taller. It's just It's not in the cards. But if you want to look a little taller, wear boots. It gives you there's a nice little heel on there, which is good. And then also women are like, what a man, dude. He's wearing boots.
Okay.
So boots are a good move if you're insecure about your height or if you just want to be a little taller.
Well, I just feel like boots in Texas would have been good.
That's why I had them. But I wear boots pretty often. But anyways.
So what do? We flew to San Antonio.
Yep, got to San Antonio, did a nice show there at the Carlos.
Atticus something?
Well, it was in the Tobin Center.
Tobin
Like
something.
the side room is called like the Carlos something.
Gutierrez.
Yes, something.
Tobin Center. It was fun.
I liked it.
The show was a little weird, though.
The show was tough because we could see everyone.
It was lit up so bright.
Very
dude.
bright show.
Like, it's not often you could see the person in the very back of the club's face, what their expression was.
See everyone.
And then the very kind of funny, and you addressed it a couple times, but very awkward, is the staff was all there, and they were all sitting, like all the ushers, to seat the people.
They don't know who I am.
No.
The fans came to see me. These people just came to work for free.
And then, I don't know, whatever they're done with their job, I guess, once they're sitting. I don't know if they have to stay there or what. But there was probably like 10 or 15 of them just lined up, all in uniform on the right side. And you could just see it was so bright.
Yeah.
And they were just like...
There was like a gay guy and then like 4 women who were like kind of heavier
all
set.
60, 70-year-old.
One lady was like my mom's age who was kind of like... Even if she was agreeing with me, she was kind of mortified about the language, you know? Like, and the brazen in which I speak, she's kind of going, oh, dear.
It was just very odd. But it was fun. The show was fun. Yeah. San Antonio was fun. That was my first time being there. We went to a cool spot afterwards, like outdoor. You stayed at a haunted hotel or no?
Some say it's haunted, some say it isn't, but it's the Hotel Emma. But whether it's haunted or whether it's not, I strong recommend. This hotel was
it was nice.
Cool. Yeah, it was really nice. I always stay at like the shittiest hotels.
Yeah, that's where I stayed.
And then I realized, oh man, you know, like a nice hotel is kind of worth it.
He fucking bamboozled me, dude.
What happened?
So he didn't. His manager booked the hotel rooms. And so I go to pick him up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm not staying here." And then it was like an Embassy Suites or something like that.
No, it was like a Hampton Inn.
It was a Hampton Inn, whatever. And so I'm like, "All right, cool." And then he's not fucking staying there.
So I did it on principle. I went to the check-in, but I'm way early. It's like 10 a.m. or something like that. And so
by the way, they need to change this fucking policy.
And they're like, "Well, we don't have any rooms available." And I was like, or she just said, "Oh, check-in's not till 2." And I was like, oh, you don't have like any rooms available? She goes, check-in's at 2. And then I was like, I just didn't like like she was happy to give me the bad news. I don't like bad news.
Yeah.
And if you're going to give me bad news, be kind of sweet about it. Like, oh, hey, sorry, you know, you can't check in till. But to be like rude about it, I was like, I don't want to stay here. So then Hotel Emma, I spent more money staying at Hotel Emma than I did making that night in San Antonio. I lost money on that by staying at that hotel.
You did, for sure. But so then, I mean, of course, now I got to go to different hotels. I got to pick him up, whatever, which is fine. But
it was 2 miles.
The hotel I was at is just a shithole.
Dump.
Like, I got back at the end of the night, they had no parking.
Oh, no.
And I had to go park on the street somewhere, which when you're in a city and you don't know where anything is not an easy task.
Yeah.
But
well, I stayed at a dump in Dallas.
Yeah, that was kind
real
of
dump.
I know.
My room smelled like it got wet and then dried and then wet and then dried again.
So then we drove to Dallas.
Yep.
And Dallas was awesome.
Dallas was fun.
I mean, that was like, it felt like like it was a big theater. By the way, I didn't know that Lee Harvey Oswald supposedly got arrested in that theater.
Yeah. And for shooting the president, not just one of the priors. You know, not just a different time he got arrested.
Oh, yeah, the big time.
Because did Lee Harvey Oswald have a track record, George?
Of
what's the criminal record of Lee Harvey Oswald?
He shot the president?
No, before that. Like, what did he do before that?
I don't think he shot the president.
That's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Was he a criminal?
But he did have priors, you know? I'd like to know a little bit more about the man.
Interesting. We're going down a...
Because what if that theater goes, you know, he was arrested here once, but it was just him like 10 years before Kennedy was assassinated, masturbating or something, you know? And he's like, he was arrested in this theater.
It's like he defected to the Soviet Union at one point.
What a dickhead.
Oh, so a very easy guy to pin some stuff on. Very hateable guy.
Almost immediately upon arriving in the Soviet Union, he informed his tour guide he wanted to become a Soviet citizen.
Jesus.
Oh, so I mean, he was in the... so he might have done it. Might have been an assassination by the Soviets.
Nah,
I don't know. We don't know enough about all that.
I don't know enough about it. I have to look into it.
He tried to assassinate.
But we got to perform where that fucker was arrested.
Yeah, we did. It was a great show. That was a fun show. It was busy. It was fun.
I love Texas. Big fan of Texas.
Crowd was great. You had an interesting fan show up.
Oh, yeah. Tiffany Gomez
Yeah.
came to the show. And if you don't know who Tiffany Gomez is, she's the attractive woman that was on the airplane that was like, that fucker back there is not real. You know, that chick came to the show and she was super nice.
So cool.
She's super attractive. She's super cool. She's conservative, which I appreciate, which not everybody does, but I do. And then listen to this. She waits in line, I'm selling my little posters like I do. I'm talking to everybody, doing kind of like a hello, loving everybody, shaking hands, kissing babies. She gets to the line. She goes, how much for the rest of your posters? And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, I'll buy them all. And I was like, you don't have, what? Like,
yeah, it's very sweet.
So she just bought, I think, 20 posters, which at $20 each, $400, and then she just handed them out to people in line.
It was like
who were lining up to buy them.
It was very sweet. It was very cool. She was very nice. Her friend
was
awesome.
Nice. Yeah, and then afterwards, we all went to like a bar, and she joined us, and she told us all the stories about what happened. And dude, she's 2 thumbs up. Cool.
Yeah,
chick.
she was very cool. And then my sister was there, which was awesome. My sister was there with her wife, and so we hung out at the bar after that.
Yeah, your sister's the best.
And so we had a good time. It was a fun time in Texas.
Texas, 2 thumbs up.
I can't wait to go back, man. I can't wait to go back. And now we got a fun episode. We got a tough guy on.
Yes, very excited about our guest. our first Asian guest, dude's from Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's true.
Hong Kong guest.
All right, you guys.
You know these Palatnikovs, all Asian. Every classic Palatnikov being from Hong Kong.
I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Let's jump right into it. What I'm excited about is we always bring all these wimpy little pussies into this podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true.
And you know, they're my friends. If you're watching these, you'll know that I love you and I got your back and we were happy to have you. But the Verzi triplets, little wimpy pussy.
Like, honestly.
Drew Lynch, little wimpy pussy, you know? What about that? Lenoci?
Pussy.
Fucking pussy.
I honestly, everybody we've had so far, I would for sure fight.
Yeah, they're all pussies, dude.
Yeah, but not
sure.
now.
And today, oh, bro, dude. Finally, we get to bring in, and it's finally we got someone who's not a wimpy little pussy.
No. I don't think so. Nope.
Sasha, thank you for being here.
Yeah,
my pleasure.
Thank you for representing tough guys who aren't to be trifled with.
Try to try to keep everything PG, but for the most part, what we do on a day-to-day basis, you know.
It must feel good that if somebody's at a bar says something, you go, "Oh, I just destroy this guy."
Bro, there's like quite a few stories just on my upbringing. I'm from Hong Kong originally.
Right, I can tell.
For sure. Whitest Asian
seems
you'll ever
very
meet.
Hong Kongian.
I can tell.
For sure.
Yeah. I was like, who brought this fucking Asian guy to the podcast? And they go, he's a UFC fighter. I go, bring him in.
Yeah, no, and just being able to hear locals talking shit about you.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're not very confrontational usually. So when you do actually address them when they're talking shit about you in an elevator,
yeah,
just be like, want to take us outside? They're like, Like,
yeah,
you know
of
what I
course,
mean?
yeah, call
So-
him out. Well, because your main is karate, right?
Yeah, I come from a karate background.
Is
That's
that
where I
because of
started.
Hong Kong?
That's where I started. Yeah,
Okay.
I was a kid just full of energy, and my parents just thought we need to get him out of the house, probably just so they could have some fun. You know, I was
Sure.
just a pain in the ass, and they're like, "Yo, get him in karate 3 hours, 4 times a week," and next
It's like
thing
a
you
really
know,
productive daycare.
exactly.
Yeah.
And gave me discipline. It was at a time where if I was doing that today, or kids were doing that today, most likely my sensei would be in prison. In the soft times we live in today, there was a room of maybe 70 men from the age of 5 years old to 70.
Yeah.
And very strict, very, very disciplined. And you can only imagine as a kid, I have attention span of a goldfish. So I was getting my ass kicked a lot.
Yeah, but that's good for you.
That's the way you learn. Back at that time, it was the most traumatic time of my life. Like, I would be like crying to not go.
Right.
But then after about 2 years, I finally like hit a level where I could stay with them. I could compete with them. I could gain the respect of my peers. And that's when I got confidence. And they talk about that in martial arts a lot, building confidence through going through hard times.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah,
that
of
everybody in every aspect of life needs to feel a bit of a struggle. And that was like my first introduction to it. And
I
then
love that.
And then that led me on that road to competing internationally and fighting all over the world.
A lot of Jeff Dye fans think all Asians just know karate or whatever. What percentage of Asians could you demolish?
Good question. It depends where you are in Asia. I'll give you guys
Okay.
a little tip. So
Thailand, they do the kicking shit.
Muay Thai,
Yeah.
yes, but at a place like Korea, it's mandatory for everyone, female and male, to do a martial art, whether it be judo or taekwondo. So the street
Even the
fights,
girls?
even the girls,
Oh,
brother.
Jesus
So you should
Christ.
see some of the street fights in Korea. They're like high level technique.
I like that.
Yeah,
It's like Kung Fu Panda.
There you go. The highest levels of technique. But in Asia, like I said, they're not confrontational. I competed. I was a world champion in Korea. I went out
Nice.
there, smoked everyone there, easy work, and then came out to the States. And the dream was to get to the UFC fight on the biggest stage against the best in the world. And the best of the best are not coming out of Asia. Maybe some of the women fighters,
Yeah.
but
Well, you came out of Asia.
yeah, but my genetics are from a different place where
Yeah.
the best fighters are Russians.
Sure.
You have a European background, but yeah,
Why were your parents in Hong Kong?
my dad was a professional high diver.
Okay.
He was diving from like 110 feet into a 12-foot pool
That's
all
wild.
around the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Have you seen those videos, dude? Like
Can't do that shit in Russia.
Oh, it's
Had to go
insane.
to Hong Kong.
bro? He escaped communism. Became That's how I'm an American citizen. I was born in because of my father. He immigrated.
I would have embraced communism. I don't run from shit,
they're-
baby.
They're trying to bring that here now soon.
I
bro.
know, yeah. All
Yeah,
these
what are you
liberals.
talking about,
I hate it.
dude?
I'm just kidding. I just hear the word escape, and I said I would have defeated communism.
But yeah, no, he escaped it and came to the U.S. and he at that time he was on a whole nother level of diving that they'd
Yeah.
never seen before. They have no fear, so they were doing things that people had never seen. And next thing you know, he's representing the U.S. in cliff diving and traveling around the world performing. And
I love watching those guys.
You know what's crazy about those guys is like they always show how smooth they look and how good they look, but what about the times when they don't
Oh,
do
yeah.
it right? And
practice room, right?
the practice, and they're
How do
just,
you even get good?
You're
know?
just breaking your ribs on a bad dive. Like, oh, it'd be brutal.
I had to bomb for a long time before I got even my first laugh
Yeah.
in stand-up comedy. Imagine being like an amateur cliff jumper.
Yeah, you're just like, well, I'm just gonna try it,
Yeah,
and
see
it
what
doesn't go well.
happens.
Yeah,
It's
literally.
just like fighting. You get your ass beat for a long time before
I'm from
you
a white
finally-
trash town, and there's a lot of like, they're like entry-level cliff jumpers, just a bunch of little white trash kids who are like, yeah,
No
let's
fear.
cliff jump. They never made it.
They never made it. No, but that's the thing. Like, if you're not in Russia, it's like they have communism. So they look at the shape that you're built, kind of how strong you are at their age, and they determine what sport they think that you would benefit.
Okay.
in. So my
Okay.
dad actually was a wrestler, and he didn't like it, and then kind of rebelled. So they put him into diving, and you're forced. It's mandatory. It's
Wow.
half of your day is doing that sport, and half of the day you study.
Yeah.
And that's why they are able to put up machines like out of
Yeah.
communist countries
Yeah.
like Cuba, Russia,
Yeah.
China. So when he got forced into diving, basically they do in the wintertime, they're on a trampoline doing gymnastics.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they go half the year on a train traveling around the country performing.
It is interesting too. Like I was thinking about this week. Like these parents, right? All these Asians complain about their tiger moms. You know, they go, "Oh, my tiger mom should." But then the people that complain and can play like piano. They're like classically trained when it comes to like acting and singing. They know how to they did ballet. They're super smart. They got straight A's. They got a 4-year degree. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe these abusive
maybe it's
parents
working a little bit.
are
Doing
good.
well.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're crushing it, dude. Saying
sure.
you're gonna dive every day, and then he lives this great life. He's cranking out athletes. And
Yeah.
He's traveling the world. Like most of my friends have never. They couldn't tell you where Hong Kong was on a map.
It's
We
unfortunate.
don't know anything. We're like, what are you talking? What does communism mean?
Yeah.
No, that's. I mean, bro, like growing up in a place like Hong Kong is so unique. It's like there's nowhere else like it.
Yeah.
Like you literally think of every culture, it's there.
Yeah.
So like for me growing up, my heroes were all American athletes. Michael
Right.
Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal. I
Yeah.
looked at them as like they're superstars. I don't see anyone like that around where I grow up.
Right.
Those are the heroes. I come to the US and I'm like, everyone's like, you know, you got like racial tension. You got people not liking each other. I was like, what is this? Like, I didn't
Right.
understand it. There was
Yeah,
just so
because you
much.
were the minority over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just like thought everyone was just chill with everyone. You know, we bleed red. Everyone's just normal. You
Yeah.
know. But came out here and started to realize I was a big basketball guy as a kid growing up. I loved playing basketball. I spent a lot of time in Brooklyn as a kid, and I just saw how America was different to how I was brought up. And like I was never pushed to like think this way or believe that. I was kind of just like given an opportunity and just kind of run with it. So coming out to the States for the first time is the greatest for me. It's the greatest country on the
It
planet.
is, yeah, I
I love
agree.
this place. I've been
We took
all
a
over.
vote.
Yeah.
It's the best country.
In my honest
4-0
opinion,
in here. For
Fours
sure.
are crushing it, dude.
yeah, dude, and like
Even the Croatian voted for
Unanimous.
America.
Yeah.
it really is, and it's a shame because like I used to look at Hong Kong as a place where you can learn so much without influence, but then when you come to the U.S., it's like nobody gets the opportunity to learn what's going on.
Sure.
It's almost like filtered. Like
Yeah.
you can only see this, and if you think of this, that's wrong.
So
And
is
you're an
it
enemy.
only Asian chicks for you?
No.
No,
Opposite.
I mean,
You know
it
how
used
you're-
to be probably.
Honestly, dude, I love all women. If
Yeah.
you're a beautiful woman, I'm game. It's my thing. But I wouldn't say I prefer Asian because maybe I was surrounded by it so much as a
Yeah.
kid. So like
Got your fill.
it got my fill. The minority is like white girls, black girls,
Right.
Latinas, like
Yeah.
super minority for me growing up. So coming out here and seeing that, I'm like, yeah, I like America.
Oh,
much
for
more,
sure,
you know?
yeah.
Need to hit South America, but
It was hard to get the girls in Asia. I was in Asia for a little while, like for shooting this TV show where we went all over Asia. You couldn't get them. I'd like go like try to flirt. They had no idea what I was saying. I sounded stupid.
Where
and
were
words
you?
are kind of my thing.
Where were you?
I was in Japan for a couple weeks, and then Korea for a couple weeks, Thailand for a couple weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and it was just too hard.
the Asian culture. They're very shy
Mm-hmm.
and like submissive, and that's not necessarily something that I'm attracted to.
I had to go grab them.
Yeah, you gotta get
Hey.
let them know.
You live at my hotel now. We break up in 2 weeks.
I can't believe they didn't like all your jokes.
Well, I think they didn't even understand my
I
jokes.
know,
They're just
that's
looking at me
why.
like, "What's this big loud smiley thing?"
Yeah, what's
I
he
don't
doing?
like. I thought I liked him because he's American, but he's really weird.
Talking a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's funny.
Yeah.
When did you learn English right away?
From the beginning.
Oh,
So
okay.
my mother's Scottish and my father's Russian by
Okay.
nationality.
Your family is a melting pot.
Yeah, man. Like my life story, where I'm from, all that stuff is just like it's not the stereotypical,
Yeah.
But
great.
my parents ended up in Hong Kong on a job, and then saw it as a good place to like raise a family. I mean, I came out accidentally; none of this was planned,
Sure.
and then boom, I come. My sister comes a few years later. And schooling in Hong Kong, it's British based. It was a
Oh, okay.
former British colony for 100 years, and then they returned Hong Kong back to China in '97. So Hong Kong's like super unique because the laws are different from China. It's their own laws. They have their own economy, their own currency.
Separate but united.
In a way, now
Yeah.
it's like China
Yeah.
is basically like we do whatever the fuck we want now.
Right.
And that was like I don't know if you guys remember the protesting back in like 2018, 2019.
I don't follow anything outside of America.
Okay, so
It's
there was
enough to keep track of,
for sure.
It was a big deal. The
It was-
protests were.
yeah, that was actually the reason I moved to the States. I was supposed to main event a big event in Hong
Oh,
Kong.
hell yeah.
And they had 7 million people protesting because China wanted to change the law. Basically, we can come in the middle of the night and just take you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So Jeff, if you were in Hong Kong and you were talking shit about China online, they could literally
on brand.
They could literally come in the middle of the night without a warrant, without any question or paperwork, and just take you.
That's crazy.
And everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah.
You know, like
That's nuts.
going from someone.
I don't know why they'd want me. I'm disagreeing with them. You know.
That's why.
Don't claim me.
Yeah, so there's been a certain things, bro, and even my time in the UFC, I wasn't allowed to represent my flag, the
That's
Hong Kong flag,
crazy.
because of China, and like that's where I'm from. Like I need a visa to visit China. Like I was born and raised in Hong Kong. I don't know anything else. So UFC were playing PG-13 and didn't want to like ruffle any feathers, so they're like, "Nah, you can't use the flag."
That's nuts.
Wow.
Crazy, yeah. So these kind of things, like I never thought would be something I'd have to deal with in the future.
Yeah, that's
but
crazy.
that's like the world we live in, you know. And I'm super like I
That's
don't-
why you're protesting Asian women now. Because it's over.
you know,
Enough's enough.
we've cut ties.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an
Maybe
American
someday,
now.
ladies, but you know, until this bridge gets
What about you, Jeff? Do you like Asians?
I'm fine with them.
Yeah,
I like a beautiful. I kind of agree with you. You said like a beautiful woman that transcends everything.
everything. It doesn't matter.
Because it's like but I don't typically date like Asian gals. That's not like my type.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been plenty where I'm like, oh, look at that.
she's
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, wow.
So if they're real hot,
yeah.
my type is
Real
I
hot.
always joke like if you line up every woman I've had sex with, you'd be like, oh, there's a pattern here.
There's a pattern.
They're
yeah.
hot white chicks. You know, there's.
Would it be
Hey.
a lot of them?
It'd be more. You want to do body count? At least 10.
At least 10
I got at least 10, dude.
Yeah, I wanted to see what you'd say on
this
that.
year.
At least 10, dude. In my life.
So do you live here now?
I live in Vegas.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I live in Vegas.
What's that like? Hong Kong to Vegas.
It's awesome.
Yeah, but like
yeah.
Hong Kong, for those people that haven't been there, it's like New York
Mm-hmm.
dropped in Hawaii is what it kind of feels like.
Very accurate
Yeah,
description.
a lot
dude.
of big buildings, skyscrapers, all the big businesses, the hustle and bustle, but then it's also beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Tropical.
to go to Vegas, which is a fun city, but it ain't beautiful.
No, I mean, so for me, I hate Hong Kong.
Oh, okay.
I'll always recommend it to everyone. Go visit it. I love the city, but I hated living there.
Because of all the Asians?
No, not specifically. It's more of the lifestyle. You know, Hong Kong is more of a hustle and bustle city, New York style, but also business. So everyone there is just there for business, doing drugs on the weekends, getting fucked up, and then back to work Monday to Friday. You know,
You're like my buddy Randy.
Randy. Yeah,
He works all day, doing a CFO finance guy, but then he loves drugs.
yeah.
Sometimes he does it when he works.
Oh yeah, just to
Yeah.
get that little kick of energy.
Business guy, you
Wolf
know?
of Wall
He's gotta
Street.
stay awake.
Yeah, got to be wired. Always firing. No, but that's very popular in Hong Kong. And me, I'm an athlete, and like my lifestyle did never really matched up with. I've been an athlete since I was 14. Professional. I was playing. My first professional sport was soccer. That was my first sport, and then I transitioned into rugby. That was my second professional sport, and then I got into fighting MMA
Wow.
later on in my career. And
We were talking about food before we started the podcast, and if you've been an athlete that whole time, you know, like, how often do you get to eat shit foods or
All the
drink?
time.
Really?
as a kid,
Because you're burning calories,
Yeah,
right?
you just like whatever, especially when I was like 18, 19, I would talk to nutritionists and they just be like, at this point in your career, you
Yeah,
just
it
got to
doesn't
eat.
matter.
Just put
Yeah.
the calories down because you're burning so much.
Right. That's like Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
same
but
thing.
I'm not doing
No,
nothing now.
nothing.
But I
not-
mean,
they're not
whatever I
burning,
want.
Just eating.
I eat
Got
like
that
a
good
But he used
year-old
to be an
athlete.
athlete, but he didn't stop the diet part.
Yeah, no,
Just
I
having
just
a good
kept
time.
eating.
Hoping
But
that
he's happy as
metabolism
hell.
keeps up.
Look how happy he is.
He's
I was
a
like,
happy
you
guy.
said I could eat as whatever I wanted.
Hell yeah. They always say
say,
mental health, make sure you're happy. He's happy.
I'm happy,
So
man.
fucking stop commenting about him.
all right,
You know,
no,
leave him alone.
Quit fucking acting like people are
I'm
commenting.
just saying that he's a nice guy. Our damn producers calling him fat all the
I know,
time.
every week, dude.
yeah.
Body shaming.
I know.
Yeah.
Because they're athletes too. He's an athlete. Everyone in here is an athlete except me. I was
Yeah.
never an athlete.
Never?
No.
No.
I wanted to be.
You look like you could play basketball.
Nope.
No.
No, I'm terrible. I'm probably better at baseball at this age than I was when I was young. I was a late bloomer, but like didn't have the athlete thing. I liked sports and I love athletics, but just it's not in the cards.
Did you grow up in California?
I grew up in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Real dump.
Is it?
Yeah, it sucks.
I've
Don't
never
recommend
been.
it.
Don't recommend
But
it. Rains a
Vegas
lot.
now,
Yeah, Vegas now.
nice.
I like it. I mean, I like how I can easily go from the hustle and bustle of the strip to a mountain in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
You know, and I'm one thing about also that I was talking about Hong Kong, the exposure to the lifestyle, clubbing. Like the first time I ever set foot in a nightclub, one of the biggest nightclubs in Hong Kong, I was 14 years old.
Yeah.
So I was exposed to that lifestyle very early and got over it very
Yeah,
early.
you get
Pretty
over it.
lame lifestyle.
Oh,
now
it's
that I'm
the
thinking.
worst, bro. Like,
Yeah, like,
you're
I-
literally sorry, but you're literally giving your whole life to like saving money so that you can go and do bottle service at a place that they don't give a fuck about you
at
like,
all.
you know?
Yeah, and they're like, we'll put some hot chicks that have flaming bottles. They'll drop it down, but then you flirt with them. They look at you like you're invisible. Like, and then also the people that do come to your table, they just want the shit that's
free
at
shit.
your table. So a bunch of
no
losers are
benefit.
attracted to you. Yeah, and it's like loud. You can't talk much. Like, I don't get it.
Me neither. I was more of a like, if we could be more in a private setup where you can have a conversation, talk to people.
I'm a dive bar guy, yeah, for sure.
You know, and that was kind of my vibe. And the people that I was growing up around were like, and they were, I wasn't, our family weren't like a very wealthy family. Like in that regard, we were more blue collar growing up. But the people that I grew up with in Hong Kong, very wealthy place, those people had so much money. So they were like, we're going to get a bottle of fucking champagne, 10 grand on my dad's bank, on my dad's credit card. I'm like, dude, like what?
Yeah,
why?
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And you're doing this because you think these models are going to hook up with you and none of them even
No,
give a
they
fuck.
think you're a loser.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was something I learned early, gratefully, at a young age. And then as I started to travel more and see that kind of side, I was like, what matters more is like putting money in my bank account, performing and being an athlete. And then when I'm done and retired, I can enjoy my life. I've seen what all this shit is. It doesn't change.
Advice to all the fellas out there. Women like fun. They like to have fun. They like doing things, going to places. And clean goes a long ways. Clean, fun.
That was a shot at me.
No, it wasn't. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to be this rich guy with a private plane.
They don't like
you
it.
don't gotta buy them a bunch of drinks. Be fun and nice.
Yep.
And confident. Those things go way farther than
Facts.
having a Ferrari.
Facts.
These chicks don't care.
I've gone on dates with girls who have been like, oh, I always like to ask girls their previous dating experience.
Yeah.
Like, tell me about a nightmare date or what was the worst time. And they're like, oh, this guy, he just literally shows up and just talks about how much money he has.
Oh, it's the
Shows
worst.
me a screenshot of his bank account. I'm like,
gross.
what man thinks that's going to get you anything?
And then you don't even you don't get the right, you don't attract the right ones when you do that.
Yeah,
too.
100%.
So it's you don't
Yeah,
want to
just
do
be
that.
cool. That's what they like. They like an adventure. They like a fucking whatever. You could take a girl to a lake if you're entertaining enough. Like, you could just take her to a free place and be like, look what I planned. Bunch of nacho, like, you know, Doritos, chips,
Lakes
and
are
shit.
dope.
And they're
You
like,
can
oh,
really do.
this-
Yeah,
this
oh,
is-
he
they
cares.
took effort.
He
You know,
thinks,
he cared.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
And in reality, you spent $17 at the grocery store instead of having to go and spend $200 at a
I also
restaurant.
noticed that women like this is a new development, but like women have told me in the last 6 months, like, sober's sexy. Like, having your shit together is sexy to me. And I was like, really? I thought like being the drunk fun guy. And they're like, no, I like this better. Like, you have your shit together. Like, you're having real conversations with me, and you're not like a little fuzzy or, you know,
Makes
like
sense.
yeah, like but like being an athlete, you know, like, oh, let's get up early and work out. Like, we'll be hot to a majority of women.
For
Those kind
sure.
of things go a long way.
A lot of people, a lot of ladies, in a way, are looking for a positive like enforcement in their life, whether that be if it's the fitness way, whether that be someone's really involved in their career and business. Like, they're kind of just lost and just trying to find someone
wandering,
to you know, someone to take them under. And a lot of girls, I find, because obviously internationally I met people from all over the world, you know, unfortunately in America the female believes that we're supposed to give them everything they need, make sure that everything is perfect, you know, and everything that they could ever wish for is granted to them. But it's not how life works. They have to realize that unless you're the big shot in the relationship, bringing home the cheese, making things easy for the husband or significant other, then that's okay. But if you're not doing anything and you add nothing to the table, you need to literally reciprocate until your partner understands what you can do for
My
this
boy
relationship.
Freddie told me today, he was like the reason like two comics never work, or the reason two like big pop stars or entertainers never work, is because like if I'm gonna be the diamond, I need her to be the setting, the thing that holds the diamond
Supports
together.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if she's going to be the diamond, right, like then I need to be the setting.
Exactly.
You can't have two diamonds. It's not going to work. And you can't have two settings.
You're just gonna butt
It's
heads.
yeah, so it's like, that's why a ton of like comics dating comics, it's always like ends in failure or whatever. Like, it's really fun at first, but then whatever. And to all of our gay listeners, we got nothing for you, dude. We don't know what to tell you. I don't know
that
what
seems
these
like
boys
a
are
crazy
into.
world too.
How would we help you with that? We're too busy smashing puss. Just kidding. Sasha, do you know how the podcast works?
I got a little bit of a rundown, but it
Okay.
seems pretty exciting.
It's
you
easy.
know, these questions, I'm looking forward to them.
Yeah, we're gonna ask you how much to do a thing, and then once we raise the money to do it, you'll have to do the thing.
Okay.
But sometimes it'll be prepreposterous. You'll never have to do it. It'll be absurd. There's like how
He's
much
probably done like half the things
I hope
already.
so.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I hope.
Jump off a cliff. I've done it.
Wait, are you a wild
George
guy?
is
Or-
here.
I can be.
Okay.
It depends, you
Yeah.
know.
The way he
as
said
I'm
that.
as I'm getting older, a little bit more cautious with my body.
Yeah.
But
Wait, have you and Georgie ever met?
this is our first time.
We just
Okay.
met. Yeah.
Every time I was like a UFC guy, like it seems like Mike and George, and then Skinny George. They always know all the UFC guys.
Big fans of
Yeah.
the sport.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I'm new to it.
Oh,
Way to
yeah?
chime in,
I'm
George.
trying to enjoy it. I'm trying to get into it.
You like it? You
I do love it. Yeah,
You
but
watch?
it's so much.
It is.
It's
a
like
lot.
it's like watching Star Wars for the first time. You're like, what's this planet and what are these guys and oh wait, how are these guys different than those? They're like they're in different weight. Like it's kind of a lot to take on.
for sure.
It's like watching Dune.
Did you see the UFC 300 card?
I heard it was the best one. That
Yeah.
was what,
So
last
sick.
weekend?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple
I didn't
weekends.
see it.
We were doing shows
Yeah, we were.
You guys were
while
traveling.
it was going,
Oh,
yeah. But
cool. Yeah.
it was a big one. It was one of the biggest ever, right?
It was a very impressive card if you want to see some good fights.
And
When's
then
your next fight? You got a shiner right now.
I know. I'm hoping to get on the next Karate Combat card in Austin at
Nice.
the end of May. So I spoke to my manager last week. I tore my ACL, so I'm coming off of injury. So I've just been now getting back into training, and I just gave the green light to my management. So
Nice.
fingers crossed something comes at the end of
Yeah,
this
yeah.
month. And then, of course, Daniel has already got a fight lined up in Saudi Arabia. We're heading out to the Kingdom, which is pretty wild. For I think it's June 23rd. It'll be on ABC. So that's a massive fight for the homie. So
Fuck yeah, dude.
you guys need to tune in for
Which
that.
ACL? Which one?
The right one.
Okay.
Yeah, the
I
right
was
one.
gonna say sitting like that
I
with the
The good knee.
yeah.
The good knee.
this is gonna be a dumb question, but so is there different
Dumb question.
types of so there's a karate card of UFC also?
So,
it's not,
so the UFC is like the premier fighting organization in MMA,
Yeah,
mixed
yeah.
martial arts.
Okay.
And then there are different organizations for different fight sports all over the world.
Okay.
So, Karate Combat it's like its own. So karate this is its first professional organization. It's been around for 50 shows now. And it's unique. It's in a pit. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys have seen any clips
I never
of
have,
it.
no.
Like Luke Rockhold just
just
fought
had-
in it
yeah,
this
big
past
one.
weekend. And, Joe Rogan, a lot of the, big names in the MMA community are seeing this. And they're like, oh, this is really cool. It's
That's
a
cool, yeah.
completely different environment. I debuted for them in 2022 of December. Fought in Orlando. It's like fighting in a nightclub. If you guys take a look at kind of the atmosphere that they fight in, it's
Holy.
they've got like CGI in the background.
You can be right up on them too if you're
Oh,
in the
yeah.
front row there.
You're literally right there. And it's really a interesting atmosphere and one of the better ones I've actually been able to compete in. So yeah, I'm kind of like I had my experience in the UFC and my goal was to compete on all facets of martial arts. Like I want to box, I want to do karate, I want to do everything that I can get my hands in. And when I
women's
got
division.
Bro, maybe.
Get in there, dude.
I'll be a champion real quick.
Fuck yeah.
You
dude.
know,
You'll be my rainy. I'm fucking.
putting all the money.
we'd
in.
bet on you.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
This
how
guy-
you win money
gambling
gambling.
problem.
Transgender right there. You know.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're in the women's division,
Oh,
I'm for
dude.
sure betting.
Forget it.
It's all
Bet
for
on me,
it.
he
Yeah.
says.
Taking it all. I don't know. I'd have to lose way
So
too
does the
much weight.
karate? Do you just know that like you don't go down to the ground at all?
So they have it's a 5-second ground and pound. So you can take them down for 5 seconds and then they stand it back up.
Okay,
That's
so
enough
you
time.
don't get to stay on and like lock them up.
None of that wrestling,
tap outs or
nothing,
any of that
nothing,
stuff.
no submissions.
Well, that'll be more exciting then.
way more
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, because especially as a new UFC
Yeah,
fighter or
Fan.
new UFC viewer, when they do go to the ground, there's so much technical things that I don't care about.
Exactly.
And so I'm
And
just going, I know
please
that
stand
that's
up.
a hold, but let's go. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're
Also-
on the ground too long. And
Holding
you're just
each
like,
other,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they're you can tell they're trying to regroup. You know, they're using that as like a time to kind of
recover
catch their breath.
for sure. For
And
sure.
also, that's when people make a bunch of stupid jokes.
Yeah.
At the bar, people go, "Oh, look how gay this is." Look
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
No, they're.
I mean, I don't.
They're
You do.
Trained monsters. No, I don't.
You make all those jokes
I
all the
don't say
time.
that. He's lying.
Dude, I'm anti-grappler, anti-wrestler. I come from a striking background. My whole MMA career, I've had guys nonstop trying to take me down because they know they don't want to fuck with me standing up.
Sure.
So
they do that thing where they lay on their back and they could do these things.
I mean, that hasn't necessarily
like,
happened so much,
shit.
but you know, they get their head right in between your nuts and they're just trying to take you down, bro. And it's just like, if you've ever wrestled in your life, it is physically the hardest thing that you can do.
It's exhausting.
It's the worst. So that was like a big part of my career, was just like being an anti-wrestler, avoiding that, and then just being able to strike. But
whenever you see fights in TVs and movie, it's always kids going like this. You know, that's what you picture. And then, like, anytime you see a real fight, what they do is they're just like, it's like always like hair.
it's
and
so
like,
dirty.
Yeah, it's so
like,
wrestly.
it's so unclean.
Yeah, so like it's good that they're gonna have a thing where it is. We see the striking.
It's
rock and
clean.
sock.
I mean, karate. Like, I mean, you got your boxing, Muay Thai, but the karate form is like in the tech, because you spend growing up. It was an hour of straight technique. It's called kata, where it's kind of like a choreographed dance.
Kata, that's a little racist. You can't.
And
it's called kata.
Kata.
Okay.
Yes.
Does that mean something?
I guess in Japanese, I think it means form.
Okay, then it isn't racist.
Yeah.
You're not just making sounds.
No.
All right.
But you fuck that up. You do a wrong technique. They'll hit you with a kempo stick, which is like
kaya.
it's like a bamboo stick.
Oh yeah, what are those keto sticks?
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
We have those in wrestling.
Oh, okay.
WWE pro wrestling, the scripted stuff. That's right.
The real
Kendo
athletes.
sticks. That's what they're called. Kendo
Kendos.
sticks.
Yeah, so they would smack you over the knee or the back, whatever, if
Oh
you weren't
my
doing
God.
so at 5 years old, like, so form and technique are very important in karate. So then when you get to full contact and you're C2 combatants fighting, the technique, you're like, fuck, those guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas in MMA, like, you might not necessarily have clean striking and you might be a really tough wrestler. You're just going to look kind of like a hurricane in a storm, just fucking until you get to the guy to leg, and it just doesn't look very attractive. Whereas you see guys like Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya, guys that just look beautiful when they strike, and when they knock someone out, you're like, that was like out of a movie.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know? So that's all just straight technique, you know?
Wow.
So that's what makes MMA so interesting, is like you have a mix of styles. You have the guy that's a stronger grappler, stronger striker, stronger wrestler. So it's all these facets.
We should take that to the next level, dude. Like, we should make a league where it's like, this guy's great at taekwondo, and this guy has a gun. You know, there's just
Bro,
like
I'd be down.
or like one guy.
I'm pretty sure the gun
gets
guy's
a
gonna win.
knife, and then the other guy's just like a fucking. He's good at taekwondo. Everybody's taekwondo. It's the only one I know.
Hey,
I think the gun guy will win, man.
Yeah, but maybe not.
I mean,
Maybe you get one shot, he's like, and now he's got you. He's like,
running.
you tried to fucking kill me, dude. I'm gonna, something
then
like
he
that.
uses the gun as a
It'd
weapon.
be awesome. Yeah, just take it
Oh,
from him.
man.
Now
It's like
he's,
some Saw
now he's got
shit.
taekwondo and he's got his guy's gun.
I think if you guys get enough donations, we could have this shit happen.
Sick.
That would be.
I don't think we could put our name on that one.
Yeah.
The gun guy versus.
When you perform overseas or for like the USO tours for the troops, or like anytime you're performing for the military, there's like this little trick you can do is you just make fun of one of the other branches, you know? So it's like, if I'm performing for the Marines, I'll be like, not like these pussies in the Coast Guard, you know? But if I'm performing the Coast Guard, I'm like, not like these Army bitches, you know? You just kind of, it's like a little thing you do. What is the hierarchy for martial arts? Is there a thing to make? Is karate pretty high up there, pretty low down there?
Surprisingly, bro, karate is really low.
Low.
They used to troll the shit out of karate.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet.
Because America
'Cause they teach it to
fucking
kids here?
pussified the shit out of it. No, they turned it into
Karate
like,
Kid?
Karate Kid, yes, but I mean they're kind of badass in Karate Kid. But you come to the U.S. and you have the systems. Now it's a business, right? Everyone comes in, you pay money, you get the belt, you pay for the money, you get the
Yeah.
new color, but they don't give a fuck. Like
Right.
like I told you when I was growing up. Like I told you that if they did that here today, people would be in jail.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so they're just like, yeah, come on, do. Oh, you don't feel like doing this? Yeah, it goes over there. Like it's
Yeah.
not real. So then these kids that grow up as the teenagers, like, yeah, I'm a karate guy, and they go against like
A
a
real
boxer
yeah.
or something, and then next thing you know, that dude's sleeping, and everyone's like, karate's for fucking gays. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But like the highest level karatekas in the world are ninjas, like
Yeah.
silver medalists, gold medalists,
And
bronze
no one
medalists.
knows their name.
No one knows them. That's
If
a
they're
fact.
in those shadows.
They're literally unknown. It's a fact. Like no one talks about them because it's not mainstream like boxing, you know, mainstream like MMA is now. So something like karate combat is now trying to bring that to mainstream. So kids are like, fuck, like I train karate. Now my goal is to become a professional. I can make money doing something I've done my whole life.
Sure.
You know?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, so that it was
Yeah,
cool.
because in America you go, yeah, big whoop. My 5th grade son knows karate.
Yeah, he's got a yellow belt.
Yes,
he
exactly.
knows karate. Because you just hear the word
breaks the-
karate.
That's
karate,
another thing they do
karate.
here. They do the board breaking stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff is
They
bullshit.
teach you to count to 20 in Japanese, and then you do like a little dance. It's like you go ha sat sing whatever you do. That was the entry level karate. I did it in community college.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you
and
have
I was
some
like-
background.
No, I was like, this isn't karate. We're in the gym of the community
Speaking another
college,
language.
not wearing shoes because they're like not in the dojo, but it was just taped off what the dojo would be.
You guys
and
couldn't
then
get
I
in the
just did like
dojo.
we had to memorize a little movements and then count to 20.
You just did kata.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
There you
it. I was going, this is karate. I thought and I was kind of like Bart Simpson in The Simpsons. I was like, when are we gonna get swords and like nunchucks and shit? And everyone in our class is like, we hate this guy. I was literally asking,
sparring?
like, come on, man, when am I gonna do flips and like break steel and stuff or break cement? And the guy's just like, this kid.
Yeah, I remember doing community college boxing actually.
Oh, right.
Same kind of thing. They section off the little area.
Yeah, and they said, this is it. So, all right, let's get into it.
All right. Well,
Josh?
I know you hate this question,
No,
but
I don't hate it.
We're gonna
Just-
start
I
with
hate
it.
that I always say the same shit to it. That's what I hate.
Yeah,
I hate me.
Well, don't hate you, man. So we like to start off. This is just a first one. Now it's going to kind of happen. But how much to get in the ring against Mike Tyson? And now, I see, this might be different because you're a fighter, but also...
And if you have a gambling problem, who would you bet on in the upcoming...
For Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
if you were a guy wearing San Diego Padres shorts and wanted to know who to bet on.
Honestly,
they're not saying that.
if the rule set is still, I heard they're wearing headgear.
yeah, there's been a couple things that have come out.
Yeah,
I don't know what's true or not.
I heard no headgear.
I honestly wouldn't bet on the fight. I think it's obviously going to see what the odds come out as. Is if Tyson's a dog, maybe throw a little bit of change on that. But it's a gimmick.
Probably gonna be
it's
a
an
draw.
entertainment. Yeah, draw, exhibition. They'll probably have something in the clause like no knockouts or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's
Wouldn't
fair.
surprise me. I mean, the dude's 57.
I agree.
You know, it's a shame. Would I fight Mike Tyson? How much would it be? Man, you give me. I'll fight him for 50 grand. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be easy work. And I know that's disrespectful, but it would be easy work.
Easy work as in you
For
would
me.
win, or
Easily.
easy work as
Easily.
in...
Oh, really?
Easily.
This is
easily.
interesting.
This is the first time we've had this.
And I would, and if there was ever, I know I'm not a mainstream
Most of
guy.
these little pussies that come in here, they say, well, can I run from them? Do I have to throw a punch?
You're 57 years old. If you knock me out, then I shouldn't be doing this.
Okay.
Really?
That's how I feel. Yeah, for
But
sure.
do you have any? You said you only took boxing in community college.
No, I have I boxed my whole
Okay.
career, since I was a kid. I've
Okay,
been
so
boxing.
yeah, that makes a
I've-
difference for sure.
One time, it was super. I don't know what Super Bowl it was, but it was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Oakland Raiders.
Oh, you sure?
What?
That's just the one. That's my team, and they lost. And thanks for bringing it
Yeah,
up.
so this Super Bowl, you might remember a very old Jerry Rice. End of his career. Very old for an athlete. He's not old, but like
Yeah.
for a pro athlete, he
wasn't in his
very
prime.
Old.
Like
Yeah.
36.
I think I think he was like 40 in that Super Bowl. And so he goes up for a thing, comes across the middle. This guy just blasts his ass after he caught the ball. And Jerry Rice is unconscious, and he still scoops the ball in. It was like his muscle memory, like,
yeah.
or like his football is just so in him that he still didn't fumble. Like, it was this incredible thing. They replayed it a few times, and I wonder about that about Mike. Like, Mike has just been boxing for so long. He's such this, like, it's just programmed in him. I feel like he's going to be not like a typical 57-year-old.
That's a fact. I mean, he's obviously going to be on testosterone,
Yeah.
all the good stuff, but you cannot outrun Father Time, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
the number one enemy in the fight game. No matter who you are. And if you look at someone like, I think it was Bernard Hopkins, he fought Vitor Belfort not too long ago. Vitor Belfort, older guy too, in MMA. And you could see Bernard just, once he got hit, it was just like, it's over.
Really?
You know, like your brain, if you're not, and I'll tell you another thing, like Mike Tyson has not been sparring for probably 15, 20, maybe even longer years. In my experience in this game, if you're out of the game and not getting hit, it's like you become weathered training every single, probably same in comedy. Every time you guys go up, it's fresh.
It's like when Paul Reiser came back to stand up and he was doing like GPS jokes, and we were all going, oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, he's been out of the game
Yes,
for a while.
there you
hasn't
go.
he?
So same thing. Like if you're not, constantly getting physically hit, weathered, your chin's not being touched, your head's not being touched. Then all of a sudden you go in against a young, powerful guy who can put people to sleep.
Yeah.
All it takes is one shot, and all of a sudden it's over, So
Really?
yeah, if Mike Tyson was putting in a year of sparring, I'd have a different beat about it. But I just know an older guy, he's not in there sparring.
This whole time, Mike Tyson wanted a father, and it's father time that will end up fucking him.
It sucks.
Yeah.
I also like that usually when we ask that question, people's answers are,
Millions.
because they're scared. Yours, I feel like you're saying 50. I need to be paid for the work. Like,
Yes.
yours is for like your contract
Right?
for
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Everyone else is like, I need money because I'm scared. Like, I
Right,
don't
Jordan?
want to do it.
Because all these little baby pussies we have on here, all these little pussy guys.
Look.
I went low like my man Sasha.
Yeah, you did, but
I
yours
did.
was because you want to meet
Because
him.
I love attention.
Yeah, yours was different.
Hey, we all play with the gifts God gave us,
So would Jake Paul's the price be more against him, like to get in the ring against him?
I would love to fight him, bro. Like if there was an opportunity to make some good money, I would do it.
Yeah,
I'm afraid of no human being on. Okay, maybe the heavyweight elite of boxing. I'm not going anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Cruiserweights too. But in my world of MMA and combat sports, like I'm very confident.
I love
I'm not
that.
afraid of any human. If you're an alien and you want to fight me, I'm like, all right, maybe that's some
Yeah, don't
bombs.
fight aliens.
But-
Except those little gray fuckers. You destroy one of those.
Just don't know what power they
Hell,
can
you
send.
could fight 10 of those.
See, I think I could take all the aliens.
I'm afraid that, like, if an alien showed up in my house, like those little gray ones, that I would, like, kick one of them and fucking kill it, and then all the other ones would be like, that's it, dude. Like, try to...
And then they all come
they'd be
get you.
pissed.
They come after you.
Usually people are shocked with fear. They don't... This guy kicked one of them across the room. We got to kill this guy. We're not just going to check his insides and then put him back on the ground. We're going to kill this fucker. He kicked Duck Duke against the wall or whatever.
You named him too?
Probably
Of
some
course.
sort of sound effect.
Oh man, that's great. All right, here's one that a lot of people don't like. This one. How much to get in the ring with one of the slap boxers to take
Yeah.
one of those slapping?
I absolutely fucking hate that shit, dog.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such
This
a
is always
disgrace.
the one that really
It's
gets
such
me.
a disgrace to like
Yeah, just taking turns hitting each other.
zero skill.
Yeah.
Like you just got to like get lucky with a coin flip, and then you might get away with slapping someone and put them out. But like absolutely zero skill involved, zero train. If people train for it, they're even stupider.
Yeah,
Like,
they're just at
you know,
Cracker Barrel eating a bunch. That's how they're
seriously
trained.
getting their neck fucking jacked and maybe swinging overhands. It's at a bag, but. When that came out, bro, like when Dana White was actually announcing that, I was like, is it April 1st? Like, like, this can't be real. He's like, we're going to do amazing numbers. I was like, you guys are idiots. Like,
But it's like the way Barstool did Rough and Rowdy or whatever.
But
this was UFC's version of like, hey, we can do some real low rent shit and monetize
and
it.
literally pay them absolutely nothing
Yeah.
and make so much money off of
And
these
some
idiots.
guy from Connecticut gets to be a star because he's like, I'm the hardest slapper.
Bro, I was in the gym with D-Rod
I'm
training.
the hardest slap guy, but you can't move and you got to let me hit you. You're like, wow.
Skill. No, we were in the PI getting a workout in, and these guys are wandering around. Like,
Oh,
they
really?
use
They're
the
there?
same facilities as UFC fighters.
Hilarious.
And you're just like, I'm so
You're like,
shocked.
what's your training,
Yeah.
man?
You're
I
like,
see-
dude, what are you working on? He's like, gravy.
I just no. The other day, this dude walks in. He strolls in wearing like flip flops and one of the power slap shirts. And he's just kind of like moseying around like different machines, but not quite using them.
He's just slapping on the machine.
But it was just funny, bro. And yeah, I just thought, why couldn't they do like a kickboxing or a karate thing under the UFC banner?
yeah.
Some people that would be like,
Pitch
oh, it's
him-
martial arts
pitch him
related.
something like that.
Anything that you don't think they've heard it, they're like, oh, it doesn't work. It doesn't
They
work.
let slap boxing through.
It's popular in Russia. We can make it popular here.
I got Joe Rogan to admit on his own podcast, which I think maybe later he regretted, but I was like, are you surprised that that's a sport? He goes, absolutely.
Yeah, thank
But then I
God.
think later he was going, oh shit, I think Dana might.
Yes, they have to be careful because my friend Cowboy, he goes to them, the events, and I'm like, bro, and he's saying like, I'm so excited for the end. I'm like, stop lying, and he's like, no, I genuinely love it. I'm like, how much can Dana actually
Well, you can
pay?
like something and not respect it.
For sure, no, but he was genuinely
Like, I watch pro wrestling, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, little kids like this stuff. But
know.
I like it the way, like, I like the Globetrotters, and I like a mascot at a sporting event. I don't necessarily respect it, but I like it.
but it is entertaining,
Yeah.
like the effort and the work that goes in, and the work that those boys put in a year round, they're week in, week out, traveling
Yeah.
around, putting their bodies on the line. It's like, Yeah, it's no joke.
Yeah,
Like,
for
that's,
sure.
That's hard work.
Do you think their training is that big red like ball that you go at the video games and you put the quarter in
one
and
of
you try
those,
to punch it?
yeah, one of
but they
those
just do
games.
the slap
it.
thing. I don't know what that game's called.
I love that game.
That
It's
is
fun
fun.
game.
Whenever I see one of those, I spend a lot of time.
Me
there.
too. I used to hate those things. Like I would be like, these things are stupid. Like douchebags would play with that, whatever. And then I did it once. Now every time we do $100 minimum, and we like
Winner takes
people
all.
start coming up to us because we're like, yeah, you punch it. It's really fun. Like it's like the funnest game.
People, especially guys, like
Yeah.
you know, get a good group of guys, and it's quite fun. I
when
always
I
try
got
to break the
thin
record.
arms and a big fist, so like my numbers go really well. Even though I've never been in a fight in my life,
You got the punch
but I
power.
could punch it, dude.
I was doing a comedy show one time and guys put the quarter in
Oh,
that and I had to
no.
wait for them to finish.
You're like, can you please not
like-
play that now?
But they were like
comes down and
they were like a tenth of the audience, so we had to wait.
it's a noisy machine.
Yeah, it was brutal, dude. All right, well, so do you have a price? What would it do to?
I mean, it seems like guys are making millions fighting him, but look, I'll take $500,000.
Okay,
What, to slap fight?
the-
Oh, you're talking about slap fighting now? I was
slap
gonna take
fighting, yeah.
Oh, slap fighting. Yeah, I'd have to take some serious money for that because that's like guaranteed concussion. Give me $1 million.
Okay.
I'll take $1 million.
The slap boxing, see, I think I'd be good because I'd be able to dodge the slap.
I don't think that's a thing, dude.
They won't get me, dude.
If there was
And they
defense
go, hey, he's
involved,
cheating. I go, oh, he's cheating.
if there was defense involved, I think it'd be cool. You know,
Yeah.
but the
It's
fact
like-
that you just take a slap is like,
Yeah.
Or like he slaps me and I'm like, luckily I didn't pass out, but my face is swelling up. And then I have like a paddle. I'm like, what's that? I go, it's my turn.
The golf club.
Hey, this guy's making up rules here.
There's this one where
Golf club.
this girl gets slapped and she just growls. She goes, "Arr,"
Yeah.
right back at the lady, and then she got the slap and just knocked the
You
person
gotta
out.
think to yourself, once you hit them and they don't go down, you're like, oh no.
it's the worst feeling ever.
Now I'm gonna get hit. Like you just want that. You want to be the first hit, and you want to knock
over
the
it.
fuck
Well,
out.
and that's what he said. It's all about like the coin toss.
I didn't even know they did a coin
Yes,
toss.
it's
Yeah,
a
that's
coin toss.
that
So it's a
makes it
50-50
that makes it
chance.
even dumber.
That is the most intense coin toss ever, dude.
The game, because like the coin toss in the NFL just determines who's gonna receive the ball.
Yeah,
first.
it's
The
not
lock
game
in.
over.
It's not
literally,
It's not
literally.
game over,
Imagine
dude.
you're going against the guy who just like knocks out everyone first slap and he wins. He's just
You're
like,
like,
How often does a guy get the coin toss and go, he can go first?
oh
Like,
my
never.
god,
It's
dumbest
never
competitor
happened.
ever. Dumbest competitor ever. Unless they're really confident, maybe they're
Yeah,
like
'cause
that
you get more
ballsy.
slaps going first.
Because bro, I've seen guys. You know, obviously I follow UFC and they post that garbage, but I've seen guys like talk shit. Yeah, I'm gonna knock this guy out, and goes out for the full on slap and like two of the fingers like skim pie,
Oh,
and then
he
the other guy's
misses.
just like
oh
Hell
no,
yeah.
dude.
slap.
Could you
You know?
imagine missing on
I
your
would be
throat?
mad. I would be so mad at them though if they hit my ear. 'Cause
That's where a lot of it seems
such
to put
a,
people
like,
out.
I don't
It's
know.
the
There must
worst.
be some rules. I mean, you got a big hand. You want to hit it like, but you don't want to hit the ear.
We'll let you
No,
wear
you're
ear
allowed,
pads.
dude. You're allowed.
You're allowed to hit the ear.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
We'll let you wear ear pads when you get slapped.
Ear pads.
You know,
These
think
guys.
about
We'll
it.
let you put headphones on, dude.
Us UFC fighters, we call it headgear.
There you
What
go.
a
He
dork.
knows. He
You-
knows.
you
One
are
of these
no-
little pussies
No,
on my
you're-
podcast.
You don't get headgear. You get ear pads, dude. We're just gonna put
Nah,
some
I
fucking.
would never do the slap
tissue
boxing.
over
It's
it.
fucking ridiculous.
He's also the first guest that would like win slap boxing.
Yeah.
You could
And he
go to
went
slap
so
boxing
high.
and be like the champion right now if you
Yeah.
wanted to.
He's like, so do I get to go? We're like, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Well, yeah, he's smart enough to know how stupid and painful that shit will be.
Oh,
We got
man.
some guys in here like $100.
Yeah, I think somebody
Just
said that.
want to be on a thing.
Hey,
And
I'll
then they
do it.
stop talking to us.
I'll pay that $100.
All
I
right,
wanna
now
see
how
get slapped.
much for the girl? It's a girl slap boxer.
Wait, against
Cheaper?
me?
Yeah.
Free. Free. What a waste of time. I do
I
that
don't
shit
know,
once a
dude.
week. I do that
I
shit
don't
once
know,
a week.
dude.
dog.
There's some pretty tough girls in this one, man.
If there's
Are
like
you
a
sure?
200-pound chick,
No, she's
doing
not
it-
200 pounds though.
Yeah.
Go with the women's power slap.
I don't know, man. I don't know if
See,
you're
that
gonna.
girl looks pretty cute.
The one on the left.
Yeah, I don't know. What maybe it's a little different when her face is swollen up.
I don't know, man. If your answer's still gonna be
See,
free.
she's cute. Oh, maybe not.
I mean, we don't
It's hard
even.
to tell.
And I get to hit her back if I
Yeah,
take
for
it.
sure.
I
You
mean,
guys just
I don't know if she's gonna
For
sign
sure.
off
I'll
on
do
that.
it. I'll do it once.
Sheena Bathory. Look at her.
There's no way she's putting me out.
No, there's just zero chance.
Oh,
Oh,
you're saying
oh.
there's zero chance for you too?
Not for me.
Yeah.
I was saying that like, just it's unfair. Professional men's.
Oh, she's legit.
I mean,
Oh,
What does
look at
that
that.
have to do with anything?
Yeah, look, I have abs. Look at her.
I mean, what?
She's got a pretty strong face.
What is
too.
your videos, dude? You just showed us a
That was a
highlight.
good one.
Oh, do that one.
This one?
I want to see how she slaps this lesbian lady. But then also, do you have anything of her boobs? He's showing us everything else. Her abs, doing pull-ups. What is this? She's like a
wind up.
discus.
Yeah, technique. That
Oh,
was
what was
terrible.
that?
Come on.
Like if I'm getting that,
I'm sorry,
She didn't even
George.
follow through.
George is showing you the
no,
worst
this is
video.
but this is
what it is.
The rebuttal.
she's ready to put her down now.
See, that's how you do it. Your whole body.
Oh, yeah, she twisted. And you know what? I think she has an advantage because she's lower.
So you take that for free?
Well, no, he gets to
That's
hit
not.
back.
That's not putting
Look
me
at
down,
this.
dog.
She just did a somersault.
Yeah, she did.
I love that, man.
I would do that for free. I would take
Okay.
that challenge. And
I
if
love that they hug after. Hey, I know I just knocked you
Yeah.
out on your ass.
My bad.
Made this mohawk for no reason.
that was just fingers.
Yeah, she
fucked
didn't-
up.
God.
Also, anything with slow motion is going to look worse. Slow motion's very deceiving.
I love that, dude.
Even hers didn't even look that clean, but the other girl had no neck. You see how her neck just went? That's
Yeah.
another thing. If you want to survive this kind of stuff, you got to have a strong ass neck to take all that
Yeah.
impact.
That chick with the mohawk looked like a character from like Road Rage or something.
My neck
Excite
hurts
Bike.
just watching
Mad
that.
Max.
Yeah, that's how they draw bad
Mad
guys for
Max.
Mad Max. Like, look, she must be badass. She
Same
has a
hairstyle.
mohawk. And you're like, but she's soft.
Bro, strange sport. I don't even think you call it a sport. I think
Yeah.
it's more of a
Oh, it's a sport, dude.
yeah.
No.
Raise your kids. All right, we're gonna be the world champion slap fighters. All right, kids.
How much to kick George in the shin?
In the shin or the leg?
Fuck you, Josh.
Yeah, like one leg shot.
Like a cat, like a calf
Yeah,
kick.
just like one leg shot.
Just give him a calf
Yeah,
kick.
just
Yeah.
yeah,
Do it
wherever.
free? Yeah, we can
How
cover
much
that.
for you to take one from him?
Yeah, how much kick Josh? Free?
No, wait, no.
Sure, if you want to experience
Come on,
it,
man.
I don't
not-
need to be paid.
We're not incorporated. This was my question.
Yeah,
What are we
yeah.
doing?
I'm asking you how much for him to kick you.
Oh, it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot.
What's
of
your
money.
price?
$1 million, dude.
Oh,
A
you're
million?
such a
For a
bitch.
leg
I'm a
kick?
bitch, dude.
How much to let Sasha take not make you unconscious?
Choke me out?
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
No, that's not the
Have
game.
you ever been
This
choked
is your
unconscious
podcast.
before?
Have I been choked? No, I
Never
haven't.
lost consciousness?
No.
Would you?
I did it once and it was fine.
It's my game. Doesn't mean I have to answer the
didn't
question.
like that the guy didn't tell me he was going to do it.
Oh, okay. So,
So
there
I
was
thought
that,
was
that
a little
little bit of
inappropriate.
panic.
Yeah, consent would be
I
good.
can't breathe right now.
He goes, let's do it for a picture, and it's just a video, and he's just does it. He's a UFC guy too, nice guy, and I stand by him. He's a cool dude, but like, just let me know we're gonna do a thing. It's not something you just want to sprint because I felt everything close, and I was like, I'm going like I know what the fuck I'm doing.
sure.
There's no ref in the backyard.
Oh, you tapped and it
Yeah, I'm
didn't
going,
matter.
and he just
I think I'd rather take the kick than passing it. Like,
Really?
Honestly, guys, you should 100% retract that statement. Take the choke.
yeah.
Take the choke. The leg kick.
I know,
I
but
promise.
Yeah, you could break
I've been put to
all
sleep
of this.
on national TV. I was telling him a story earlier today. As kids, I went to a camp in upstate New York, and they taught us like you stand up against the wall, and they basically like squeeze the outside of your neck so you cut off oxygen supply to the brain. You don't actually feel like you can't breathe, and then you collapse.
Yeah.
And then everyone was hyped about it because you kind of get like this
Little
high from
buzz,
it.
yeah.
As a kid. So obviously I didn't train any form of grappling or jiu-jitsu. Didn't know nothing about it, but a few years later, once I started to get into it, they're like, "Oh, have you ever been choked?" I was like, "Yeah, a bunch of times."
Yeah.
And then I started training in the gi. Have you guys seen that jiu-jitsu in the gi where they use like the gi and the
This was
lapels?
before gay marriage was legal.
So stupid.
And they use the lapels and other parts of the material to choke you.
Yeah.
And it was my first class, and I didn't really know anything about it. And this little guy, like 130 pounds, puts on this choke, and I was like, "Oh, I can fight it. I can fight it." Next thing you know, I go to sleep. I wake up, and there's like 10 heads above me. They're like, "Oh, bro, if you ever feel like you're gonna go to sleep, like tap." And I was like, I didn't feel like I was. I was like, it's a blood choke. And they were like, it was a blood choke. I was like, oh, that makes so much sense. And it was just like, man, I need to learn this shit. Like, it really
Yeah.
blew my mind that a guy half my size put me to sleep.
One thing I do respect about UFC guys like Brendan and the ones that I know is when they do it to someone, they do tend to be respectful about putting them down.
Of course.
As opposed to just jackasses just going like that and then letting them go.
For sure.
Bonk their head on the ground.
For sure. I mean, like, of course. I mean, that's actually the worst thing you can do is let a lifeless body's head hit.
Just fall.
Boom.
Yeah.
You're going to wake up with a concussion.
It's unreal.
For sure.
How much for you to get choked, Jeff, by Sasha right now?
I would do it for 10 grand.
10 grand?
I'm not an idiot, dude.
I'll do it for $200.
Lock it in.
Shocking.
Well, we got another UFC guy coming too soon.
Who's that?
Who's the other guy we got?
Who's that?
Oh, when D-Rod
your
comes.
buddy, yeah.
He was supposed to be here.
But I like that it's just you right now. I think this is better.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I said, like, because I was even texting about it. I was like, do we want both of them on? I'd like to just get to know the guy. I
No,
don't
that's
need
perfect because I told him, I was like, he's like, do you think we can possibly reschedule in the future? I was like, I'm sure they'd love to have you on.
of course.
Yeah,
You
yeah. No, it's better this way. Cause
Yeah, especially he'll do it for $200. We'll have anybody choke him out for $200.
well, if they do it right, I mean, it's much better to have a UFC guy do
How
it
much to
than-
let me choke you out?
Nothing. That's double at least. Double. $400.
I'm in.
Take him an hour.
I've got
Am I doing it right? Fucking hurt. It's like get off. He's got like a belt. He's got Josh. You don't know what you're doing, dude. How much to be let Sean Strickland take over your social media for 2 days?
I love Sean. Sean's hilarious.
So he's got your best interest in mind. Then is what you think.
Honestly,
said,
I
"Here's
wouldn't.
the
It wouldn't
password."
be. It wouldn't be that big a deal for me. I wouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, I
The
wouldn't. mind.
DMs, the posts.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't really mind.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Alright,
I mean,
maybe that was a bad
like
one.
free money. I'll take
How about
$50,000. Why not?
how much to put on a mask and do a home invasion prank on Sean Strickland?
So you're asking to get shot. You're asking to get
when he's a
shot.
big gun guy. I love guns too. Yeah,
all
but-
over the wall.
Oh yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want to get.
it's John Wick.
What if we go into his house and we remove all of his guns? So
you gonna do
most
that?
of you prowling around is him looking for his goddamn guns, and then him going, "Where the fuck is my gun?" You know, like, but you know,
That would be the only way.
Are you
yeah,
about
we'd have
to
to get rid of
upload-
all the.
Are you about to post that? What happened?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Sean Strickland, there's a video, like ring cam footage of like some guy like kind of being sketchy around Sean Strickland's house, and he comes out with a gun.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, the dude like gets in a crash down the road and he's like running over here.
Oh, I've been this guy before.
He's like just
When
trying
I
to-
crashed, I ran from
Well,
my car too.
6
Oh, he
months
ran
ago.
in the worst way.
place.
The
Look, and there's
someone's
Strickland.
house. This is so great,
Oh man, what karma!
dude. This is your nightmare. It's my nightmare. Oh, that's
No, it's
just.
just replay.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm excited about this.
I mean,
Look at him. He's like, I'll hide between these two cars,
No one will see
and
me.
I'll get an Uber or something, and then I'll fucking come get my drunk car tomorrow. And then
Wrong car.
Yeah, and then you can't. The cars you hid behind was a literal psychopath.
hey, dude, keep doing the same one on loop, George.
Dude, this is great.
Oh, George is trying to show any video.
Okay, here we go.
I think I've seen this before, George.
This is gonna be all right.
Make sure
Here
you
it comes.
put all that on there.
Just like a big ape.
Oh, look at that gun.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
my God. He had it right at his face, too.
Oh man,
Like he's like trying to walk away and he pushes him over. He's pointing the gun at him.
Yeah,
He's
and
like,
the
"You
guy's
ain't
so
going nowhere."
intoxicated that it's like pretty easy to knock him over, but he got pushed by like a badass fighter. That's so
man.
great.
How much we talking?
We doing the remove the guns?
Yeah,
thing?
we got the
Yeah.
guns out of his
Yeah,
house.
so it's just bare hand Strickland on a
You just
We
gotta,
could pitch this prank show and it'd be so
$100
good.
grand.
yeah, you gotta
100
run.
grand. I know Strickland. I used to get my ass beat by him. He was a big part of actually progressing my career to a higher level because he's such a high level guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I actually have a lot of love for that dude because he helped me go to the next level.
We'd
and
feel terrible. We're like, we didn't know he had a gun in that one cabinet. Like,
let's just say if he did have his guns,
No
I'm
price.
not doing it.
yeah, of course.
I want to
yeah,
live.
you'd be like,
I want to
"Please,
be
please, please,
alive.
please."
Yeah.
Oh, also, what a nightmare for him too. He's like, I shot, killed, I had to. He broke into my fucking house, and then we're like, it's your friend. He's like, what?
yeah, it's a prank. Also, we'd have to wait till your MCL or ACL's better too. Though.
I like to think it's good now.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think I
cool.
like to think we're good. So we're ready
Beautiful.
to
So
do
you're
some
ready
of
to
these
go.
pranks.
How much to punch this lady in the face?
Free.
So this is Sean Strickland pulling out a gun on a family.
But Strickland reached for his gun.
What the hell?
Happy birthday. Oops. Just kidding.
Instagram, Sean Strickland.
Just kidding. Oh, man.
There's no way that was real. He was trying to be funny, right?
I don't know, Sasha.
Nah, it's probably real. Honestly.
Oops.
He's like, why is there so
Why
much
didn't his
fucking
girlfriend
noise in my
say
house?
like, "Hey, take it easy. It's probably fine." She just lets him bring a gun into his own.
No, he's always got a gun.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
he's always got a gun on
What a
him.
cool guy.
Let's switch gears a little bit. How much to ride a bull for 8 seconds?
Ooh.
Big old
Yeah,
bull.
big old bull.
The homie's Cowboy's about to ride Dana White's bull.
Oh, really?
Twisted Steel.
It feels like his name's Cowboy. He's got it, right?
You guys know Donald Cerrone? You guys ever hear
I do
of
not.
Cowboy?
No.
You guys would know him.
Yeah, you may have seen him before. He's a real life cowboy.
I like that.
Oh, dope.
Ex UFC fighter. He's a legend.
I've seen this guy. Yeah.
He.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I didn't like him on one fight because he was talking all this shit. Was it with Nate Diaz? Did he fight Nate
Yes,
Diaz?
he did fight Nate.
And I remember it was like shit talk. And then the second the fight was over, they went over and were like, "Hey," and I go, "You tricked us all that you guys hated each other."
Welcome to the
man.
I
fight
know, but
day.
can't you just hate each other
Forever?
Or either pretend to hate each other and continue to pretend, or love each other. Let us all know that. But like, go hug in the locker room.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
once they fight, they gain respect
You
for
took
each
all
other.
our money.
Let me
and
tell you
now I've
one
gotta
thing.
Pretend
Yeah.
they
It's-
feel tricked.
It's very hard to have a lot of hate towards someone that you fight for 15 or 25 minutes. It's weird. You have
Yeah.
so much respect because you know this person is trying to kill you and vice versa.
Tell that to the Middle East. Fighting for over 1,000 years, you know? You think they'd respect each other. They've got the same goddamn religion.
I feel you on that one. I don't disagree on that. But no, it's just one of those things where when there is true animosity between fighters, you can truly see it and feel it. And then you can kind of also sense that like, oh, they're just talking shit to hype the fight.
Right.
You saw this weekend with
a work.
Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia everyone wrote him off as a crazy person. And he's like, I trolled all y'all. And look, you know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's a game. It's a mental game too. That's
well, I
another
don't
side of
mind
it.
the work, as we call it in pro wrestling. What I don't appreciate is revealing that it was a work.
Mm-hmm.
Haha, gotcha. It's like, I don't like to be gotcha'd, and now I don't want to do. I'm not gonna. Fall
I'm not gonna
for
buy
it
your
again or
pay-per-view.
buy the thing
Yeah.
again. So
Fair.
just keep the work living.
Fair.
But
That's a
maybe
fa-
it's different because it's real. Like the fighting's real versus wrestling.
Yeah, maybe. Well, wrestling isn't real.
If
But
they
I'm just
just
saying, like,
added that-
sometimes they'll be like, this wrestler really does hate this wrestler.
Well, yeah,
so.
I got you.
But if you added like that little, because I mean, UFC and WWE under the same ownership. I mean, that little avenue, if you just add that, it's like, guys, do not pretend to like each other in the ring after all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I think you might have
You
a
get
point.
3 more fights out of it too, because
Marketing,
people will be like, they fucking
wanna see
he's
him go
pissed
again,
off.
yeah.
They just like, no, I'm not shaking his hand.
You know, you could pitch it. That'd be a good TV show. I'm gonna pitch this TV show: celebrities just riding bulls.
Oh, so back to that one. Yeah, riding a bull, man. That's gonna be some serious money because that's serious injury right there. Like those things, I respect the fuck out of the people who do that. That's scarier than fighting.
I'm gonna
'Cause
do it
that's
at a bar.
wild
Not that,
out-
we might be
Yeah,
doing it next
So
month.
we just found out there's a bar, and I've confirmed it.
Yeah, you sent it to
in
me, yeah.
Phoenix, you can ride a bull,
A real bull.
a real
Yeah,
live
not
bull
the mechanical. They'll just let you on there. You sign
for
everything.
$40.
You have to pay. I gotta pay. Yeah,
Isn't that insane?
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
I don't know how it covers the insurance, dude.
Although the
40
problem
bucks.
is, this is one of these things that would be way better when I was drunk.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this one is gonna go against my sobriety for sure.
Nah, dude, you'll be more clear-headed.
No, yeah,
I'm gonna take $1 million. $1 million.
Really?
Yeah, 8 seconds.
$100,000, you're not getting on a bull.
Bro, it's gonna be a broken spine.
no, it isn't.
It's cheaper than
You're
100 grand.
way tougher than most of the people that every night at
That's-
that bar that ride that stupid bull.
I'm guessing this particular bull at this particular bar is like
Yeah, I bet
probably
it isn't
retarded.
this. It's
Yeah,
not
it might not
this
have no
thing.
balls,
Yeah,
whatever.
It might
It's
not
like
have
the
no
same
balls.
bull every night, like another hot chick. You know, but it's still a bull.
Yeah, I mean,
You're still jumping
that,
on it.
okay, for that Phoenix bull, yeah, I'll do it for 100 G's.
There you go.
Twisted
Yeah.
Steel, you give me $1 million. Like, look at that
Look at
thing.
that.
Look, bro.
Put it right in the front with those fat ladies. Watch us. You sit with them now.
Yeah, but just hold on.
Look at them.
They're trying, bro.
Those
Because that's like the
clowns
whole
are
point.
crazy, dude.
How much to be one of those rodeo clowns?
Oh, fuck that.
Jeff,
Look at him
there's
go
Jeff,
flying.
dude.
Yeah. Woo! Those
They
rodeo
probably
guys,
get buck like $15 an hour, huh?
That's wild.
Jeff, you like to make people laugh. How much to do one of those clowns?
Oh, I would hate to be the clown. See, I would just be that guy on there, and then I
my god,
oh
dude.
shit, dude! Watching this is making me have reservations. But I will say, like,
That's the actual bowl in Phoenix,
here's the
too.
thing: you try
No,
not to
it
go. You try not to go over the top, you know, because you don't want the horns. So if you fall any other direction and just don't go under, just try to, you know, flee once you get off.
I mean, I think you're going whatever way it throws you.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, make sure you're clear of it. Just be as far from it as you want.
I don't fuck with wild animals, bro.
You're going to be like, blow the whistle, blow the whistle.
Do you have any videos of the actual bar that we're talking about? There must be tons on the internet.
What's it called?
I sent you the text. I can find out what it's called.
I'll find it.
All right, so that'd be a lot of money then.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit.
I got
Yeah,
one.
you got one.
So
Beautiful.
You might be doing a karate combat fight next month or something.
Hopefully, yeah.
And there'd be the press conferences and stuff. How much for the entire week of press
God, George.
to wear a shirt with a picture of Anne Frank on it and it says liar on the bottom?
I like that. Controversy.
Yeah,
That'll bring
it's a
good
one.
attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially in the times that we are in right now.
Yeah.
Man.
I think you get a lot of fans, actually.
Oh, dude, they'd love
For
it.
sure. I don't know. $5,000.
$5,000.
It's affordable. It's like a
Lock it
sponsor.
in.
It's like a sponsor, you know,
Yeah.
for the week. You
Oh,
know?
man.
That would be so funny.
Lock it in.
How about to where the WNBA sucks?
Yeah, I like that
Oh,
one.
I'll do that for free.
Yeah.
All right, we're
That
locking
is
in.
a shirt we should sell after shows.
I had a
And they're like, you didn't even do any material about this. It's like, yeah, but I'm just trying to get the word out.
And they're flying. these-
Yeah.
I'm 100% in support of that shirt.
It's
Yeah,
a great.
it's-
It's a
it-
great
it
business
does
model.
suck. It's
Oh.
terrible.
Terrible. Terrible.
It'll be
Lower
good.
the rims.
It'll be good next year.
Been saying it for years.
It'll be good next year.
It'll be good next year with Caitlin
All these new
Clark.
Oh,
these
yeah,
new
that'll-
ladies.
that'll
just
last a whole
tons of
season.
threes.
Yeah, this
Tons
new
of
crew.
threes.
So boring. Lower the rims. Let these bitches dunk.
Dunk, yeah, for
it'll
sure.
change the whole game. Everybody will be talking about
I
it.
agree.
That is good. How you got one? Go, George.
I just wanted to ask about with the Max Holloway Justin Gaethje thing. Max was up 5 rounds to 5-0 and then put it all on the line. Would you ever do that? What would it take? Like,
Yeah, I mean, Max is a true BMF, and he fought that fight. I mean, oh man, like that fight, first round. Obviously, you guys didn't see it, but worst case scenario could possibly happen. The dude gets a spinning back kick to the nose, breaks his nose. So imagine you've got 20 minutes left of a fight with a broken nose. You can't even breathe.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
So then
That's it. That's the end of the fight if that happens to me.
most people, yes. But this guy is just tough as nails. Justin Gaethje, he stayed in there. He tried to fight him and, got all the way to the last 10 seconds in the 5th round. And then Max Holloway said, let's dance right here. Don't go anywhere. Let's stay right where we are and trade. You guys are about to see it right now.
He tried for it a few times.
Yeah, that was, it's coming up right here. Look, he's pointing down at the ground. Swing, swing, swing.
Those are some sloppy swings.
Boof. And that was with like 2 seconds
Buzzer
left on the
beater.
clock.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, the first buzzer beater.
I remember seeing that. I did see this video.
Can I see the kick to the nose?
Yeah, that
Let me
spinning
find
back
it.
fist, spinning back kick was and it lacerated his skin. That's how bad the break was. It was showing.
So he was already winning, and then he said, "Let's go," and
he
called.
could
him
have
out.
just danced around,
Yeah.
not even had to engage. But he's like, "Yo, come in the
He
middle."
wanted the real win, man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Couldn't have gone any way better than it did.
so that's
And this guy continued though. With the,
Yeah,
Jeez, look at
that
his
you see that
nose.
cut on the side there?
All
Yeah,
right.
it's coming right here.
How much to break your nose, Jeff?
Oh, dude, it'd be millions for me.
Millions.
I already have a fucking problem. That's why I talk different than everyone. It's because of my stupid nose. I've had like a deviated septum
You have
forever.
the deviate septum.
Oh well,
Yeah.
then we could fix
But
it.
I don't want
Yeah.
to change it because I don't want to fix it because what if my voice changes?
Changes.
And everyone's like, this guy talks like that?
All of a sudden, you got like a high pitched voice.
Hey guys,
what's up today?
What
Sounded
up?
like Mickey Mouse and shit.
Anything different would be terrible for a comedian and a guy that talks all the time.
I love
and
that.
then the
That's
other
why you're
part
worried.
is I got tapped in the nose a few times. It didn't break or nothing. And that's the worst pain.
Yeah, nose shots do suck. They make your eyes water.
Yeah. It's all connected, It's all,
sinuses, everything. But yeah, no, taking a shot like that to the nose it's breaking your nose. You're not able to breathe, and then you've also got to know not to blow your nose, because if you blow your nose, your eye will swell. If you want to show
jeez.
Cowboy
Yeah.
versus Tony Ferguson, my buddy was winning the fight, and in between rounds, you just have a feeling like you got a snot rocket. You just want
Yeah.
it clear. So he cleared it, and then his eye swole completely shut, and they had to
'Cause
stop
why?
the fight. I don't know the exact scientific term as to why it happens, but it's like air gets in. So you see, look at his eye.
Gee.
Like literally, you cannot see his eye.
Oh, maybe like an air pocket opens
Yes.
up, and then
'Cause
it's
you blow.
Look, he's panicking. He's like, I can't even see.
Yeah, he's
out
like,
of
what the
this
fuck's going on? Like, and it's such an unusual feeling. It happened to me once after a fight. I finished my fight and I went to clear my nose, and just my whole eye swelled. I was like, what
That's
the fuck?
crazy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
thing. How much to have a Hitler mustache for a month?
Not far off
Just
today.
the mustache.
Charlie Chaplin.
Just the Charlie Chaplin. I think it's called a tooth comb mustache.
For the
More
month,
famously known as the Hitler
He
mustache.
said for a month. That's a long
All right,
time.
like do it a
month.
week. Let's
Yeah.
do
A week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
1 week.
I'll do it for $1,000.
A grand.
I'll rock it for $1,000.
Hell yeah, dude. Lock that in.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna go to an ATM real quick.
Yeah. no
Oh,
problem.
that's
I'll do it.
great.
I ain't afraid.
You were saying
love it, dude.
you were saying they didn't let you walk out with the Hong Kong flag, right? How much to walk out with the pride flag?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. Did you hear the laugh from the fucking?
But you know what's
bleachers?
crazy is like it isn't saying that you are that.
just support it.
You might gain a shit ton of
You
fans.
would. I
And
mean,
people would be
I've-
puzzled because they'd be like, "Wait, he's the guy that," and then they're looking at it like, "I don't know, he seems pretty conservative." Like they would be like scratching their head like, "But he
We've-
did the flag, so he's like an ally." Like it'd be
We've had this. I've had this conversation with fighters before. It's like, why not just claim you're gay?
yeah,
You're gonna get a massive following, and they'll
Yeah.
support the fuck out
and
of
no
you.
one checks. It's like Tim Dillon.
Yes,
Yeah, he's,
yes.
who knows?
Just
He
say
says
it.
he is.
Just say it.
Yeah, we don't
They don't
know.
have to see what
No
you're
one's
doing behind
confirming.
closed doors.
It's his
you know?
fucking business.
It's it's definitely something that I don't really fuck with personally. Like they gave us the option when I was fighting in the UFC when when is Pride Month?
June.
June.
I think someone, you know.
You knew that pretty quick.
Yeah, dude, he nailed
Jesus,
that.
bro.
So they actually ask you, would you like, because they put your name on your shorts and the design, and you can have it in rainbow.
Why would that be an option? Well, not that that's weird that it's an option, but were there like a bunch of options?
No, it's either that or not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
is
Who's
wild.
paying for that?
Nobody. Like they're giving the fighters like, look, if you want, you can. If you support LGBT, you can have a rainbow shit on your shorts. And
Yeah,
if you
but
don't,
support is
confusing
such like,
thing.
how much do you support it?
I know, but like, there's so many.
Like
other
everybody, I'm sure
things.
supports it, but it's like,
There's so many other things. Like,
Yeah.
how about the military, or how
Yes.
about your country of put Hong Kong on there,
Yeah,
put
yeah.
like Brazil or wherever a
Yeah, that
guy
is weird.
from.
You're right.
You think there'd be so many more things before that?
It was so
the police
strange.
department design, or you could have a, I don't know, anything.
yeah, it's true.
Seems weird to put that one first.
yeah, they should give you like causes that you care about and
Yeah.
let you choose them.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like this or nothing. It's like, well, I don't fuck with that. So.
Yeah.
And then it also creates that, every fighter that doesn't come out with it is like
Yeah.
not an ally.
It becomes politicized,
Yeah.
immediately. So,
Exactly.
and also, I love one thing I love about like the '90s and the times before the '90s. No one cared who you fucked.
Exactly.
My teacher, when she was in 5th grade, Miss Lewandowski, we didn't know if she was gay or straight. We didn't know if she had a husband or what. We didn't. Also, it would be pretty much inappropriate to know that.
Exactly.
We'd be like, "Do you have a husband?" And she's like, "What are you talking?
Why does it
about?
matter?"
What
Yeah.
are you asking me this for?"
Same
stupid?"
thing with the teaching of this shit in elementary school.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Very strange.
Yeah.
Very, very, very strange.
All right, we are at 1 hour. Want to hit him with the baseball pitch one?
Oh yeah. How much to take a fastball by a major league pitcher?
Where on the body?
Well, you'll just be in the box.
Not the head.
Not
and it
the
won't be
head.
the head. Yeah, guaranteed not.
Arm, wrist, leg. Yeah. This is like what, 90 plus
Yep.
miles
Yeah.
an hour.
Also, just I don't know how much baseball you watch. Your instinct will be to go like this.
So
So
it'll hit the inside.
90% chance it's going to hit in the butt, thigh, or back. Just because that is kind of what you do. Usually drop a shoulder. It gets you in the...
I'd do it for $5,000.
Okay.
That's pretty reasonable.
I think it's pretty high, actually.
I
For
know.
a guy that gets punched
Yeah.
a bunch and the guy that's... like, we're doing it for free.
At least
we
like
love
it
baseball.
kind of sounds like slap fighting all over again.
yeah. Oh yeah, you are taking it. But these guys just take it, and like, I would guess 99.9% of Major League Baseball players aren't as tough as you, and they get hit weekly.
Dude, baseball is a scary sport, and I respect the fuck out of it. I love baseball. I
love
think,
baseball.
especially playoff baseball. It's so strategic.
Yeah.
I love, oh man, when the managers get really into it, and they're like bringing out people from the bullpen after like an inning, You know, like the starters aren't even pitching more than anything. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
I'm a big New York fan. I love the Yankees. I love the
nice.
Knicks. Finally, my teams are in the playoffs this year. Fuck, like I'm a Knicks and Rangers
There
fan.
you go.
know?
I know the Rangers just won yesterday.
They did, yeah. And
Yeah,
the Knicks
the
are playing
Knicks.
today.
I know the Knicks are doing good because
Yeah, the
Sam
Knicks won.
Morrell and Joe Perino, all these guys are just talking mad shit.
Good for them.
On the
Finally.
internet. It's finally their
It's
time.
about time, but I don't know, man. Yeah, game one went well. Game two's today, actually. Embiid's a problem, but he's also got
He's
a knee
hurt.
injury.
Yeah,
so
he's
I
a little
hope
beat up.
Yeah, I hope he's not able to go to full capacity because him and Maxey are a problem. So
Where can people follow you, see what you do, bet on your fights, come see you in person?
based in Vegas. If you ever want to come train, come out to Extreme Couture. Even if you don't want to come to Extreme Couture, hit me up. I have a private gym where I train at home. Myself and D-Rod get a lot of work there too. Social media, Sasha Palatnikov MMA. Yeah, there's not many people with my name, so you type in Sasha, it usually
very
comes
Hong
up.
Kongian, very Chinese.
But yeah, hit me on the socials. Please check out our podcast, Culture Crooks. D-Rod was supposed to be here too, trying to get that thing going too.
Yeah.
And appreciate you guys for having me on. It was awesome.
man. Yeah, it's
Pleasure
fun.
meeting you guys.
JeffDye.com. Check out all my live dates there. I'm coming pretty much everywhere. Just go to JeffDye.com. There's all my dates on there. Subscribe to the Patreon. Me and Georgie have been doing videos for you guys, but those are subscriber only behind a paywall. Subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast. Joshy?
Josh Nelson Comedy. That's it.
All right. We love you
Peace.
guys. Thanks for being here.